what do you do, or what do you say? Because one of the things I focus on is the potential alliances between like the black left and the left in general, right? The progressive left, like white liberals, and the problems of white progressives, and then the identity politics that gets thrown in here ad nauseum, right? It's just it's almost to the point of wanting to vomit how much identity politics controls this entire conversation. But it is a problem that Bernie Sanders and his team could not overcome. Do you think that it was something that was there anything Bernie Sanders and quote unquote white progressives could have done differently, or is the onus completely on the black community on this one?
Well, I think Bernie probably could have. I think Bernie probably could have. His team could have reached out more. I think they could have, been more full throated in the conversation in terms of exactly how their policies were going to impact black people. I think they had, in South Carolina, they had more people on the ground than Hillary Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Joy Reid wrote an article about that. This kind of sounded the alarm for Hillary Clinton. So I think they did in South Carolina. They did try. I just don't think they got the message right, and it's still hard to get the message right when you have Hillary Clinton, and her people, and she has an infrastructure there, so it's harder. I think he could have done more. I think he could have made it more plain, just like Bernie Sanders tends to. It's almost like he expects people to understand how redistribution is going to impact black people. And it's just like most people don't really have an introduction to any kind of socialist classes politics. So you really have to kind of lay the groundwork for a lot of people. And I will also criticize some people on the left, black and white left, because you had people on the black and white left who were kind of saying, well, Bernie Sanders isn't the real socialist. Screw him. He's going to bomb Middle East too, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, this is a perfect opportunity for us to at least engage people and introduce them to certain, socialist principles, introduce them to socialist democracy, which is the same thing as Leninism or whatever. But, this was an opportunity for us. And a lot of us kind of, we showed why so many people hate the left, because you just kind of sit back and kind of spit on everything else and you don't really ever engage. And so I wasn't even on the Bernie team until I was like, listen, this is an opportunity. I'm not going to let this opportunity pass by just because I want to sit on the sidelines. Sometimes politics is about getting in this thing and working this thing. Politics isn't always about sitting it out. It makes you feel special. But to me, that's vanity. To me, that's empty vanity to just sit out all the time. Sometimes you have to sit out because it's so awful. So I'm not going to vote for Hillary. I'm not going to vote for Trump. But the idea that this guy who's an establishment politician, but who is further to the left than anybody I've seen in my adult life, the idea that I'm going to sit that out and just kind of talk trash about him, that's vapid. That's vanity politics. And it's useless in this, and especially considering what black people are, it's useless. And so I think some people on the left really did a disservice by just kind of, I said at one point, they just kind of sat on the sidelines and kind of just, shot spitballs. I don't know how effective that is.
Yeah. So Van Jones echoed that same thing. He said, this is almost, they don't realize it, but this is a referendum on the black left as a political movement, right? They dropped the ball. This was from Van Jones. He was saying that they dropped the ball in the South because the black left had a unique inroads into the black community that Hillary Clinton couldn't even touch, right? There's a whole swath of black voters who are so much, they're so revolutionary that they would never support Hillary Clinton. But had the black left been, unfortunately, I don't have a better word, but kind of a midwife for the message that Bernie Sanders was trying to carry, but he was not effective in getting that message to the black community, there could have been a go-between, particularly with the black left. Which segues to my last thing that I want to bother you about, and I'm gonna let you get back to your wine and your night. This video from Umar this morning that I posted, right? I think that's like case in point.